looking through the mind to perceive reality is like looking through a glass of water. Even when the glass is quite clear and appears still, there is still a distortion of light, a bending, a warping of perspective as we peer through it. And more often than not, that water is not still. And like a pond, there is a lot of sediment contained within. And so when the mind is stirred, when it is active or disturbed, it kicks up a lot of clutter. And now the perspective becomes even more occluded. And looking through the filter of mind, things become even more warped and less clear. And then so often in an effort to clear this perspective, to calm the mind, we add to it. We try to think our way out of thinking. We try to force our way out of this disturbance, and doing so only adds to it. And so it becomes more cluttered, more bespeckled with dust. And then we find ourselves very lost indeed. Wondering, trying anything to get the mind to clear itself. But like any pond or any glass of water that has become disturbed, all that it needs to come to rest again is simply that. Rest. Taking the hands off of it, taking the focus off, no longer adding to it, no longer stirring it with thought. And actually setting it aside. Because you can do that, Your mind is as a glass that you are holding, and you can put it down. And so instead of looking through the glass, concerning yourself with its contents and the motion of them, we can set it aside and feel directly into what is. When the mind is not used, but the senses are engaged. And so the awareness of what is becomes pure. Pure, deliberate, conscious awareness of what is. Then you become very real. You become very present. You can sense the reality that is around you, and by sensing, by feeling it, you are knowing it directly. You are knowing it actually. Not in concept, not in theory, not behind the screen of mind, which even in its stillest state is never truly clear because it is still a screen. And so set aside the screen. Lay it down. And feel directly what is by the experience of it. In this way, the truth of being becomes known. And it is known in a way that is absolute. It is known in a way that is beyond comprehension because it is immediate and intrinsic knowing. It is wisdom. The natural wisdom which resides already within you and within the particle of everything simply rises to the surface. It becomes clear because now there is nothing obscuring it. It was always there. It always has been and always will be. And when the warped lens of the mind is simply set aside, we can perceive it clearly. We can know it intimately, directly, experientially, in a way that is without question, that is unable to be contradicted. It is known absolutely. And then reality speaks. The truth of being opens up. By feeling directly what is present, we are drawn automatically into the awareness of presence itself. And it is like locking eyes with the now. You are making direct and intimate soul level contact with being. And as you gaze upon it, you feel it gazing upon you. It is not a question, it is not imagined, it is real, it is immediate, it is known, it is felt. As surely and as certainly as any sensation you have ever felt. As clearly and truly as warmth, as cold, as a gentle breeze, as the caress of water, sand, stone, anything you have ever touched and known by your touching of it, its texture, its form, known it to be real. It is the same with the now. Touch it directly. Touch it with feeling. Lay the mind aside. The mind does not understand senses. It is for thinking. It is for dreaming. It is for imagining. But the imagining happens naturally. At all other times, lay aside this tool. Put down the lens, the screen, and see directly what is. See by feeling. Face it, know it as by direct experience of it. And in your opening to the now opens to you. In your witnessing of what is, it witnesses you. In your embracing of it exactly as it is, everything embraces you. And what you celebrate celebrates you. What you rejoice in rejoices in you, and all of it is felt. It is a great mirror, a great echo chamber. And what you put out into it is sent back. But do not put out from the mind. Put out from the heart. Feel, sense directly, and what you receive will be feeling. What you receive will be sensed. What you receive will be known intimately. And when you feel into the now, and you feel a great and deep welling up of love and appreciation for the witness of this moment and all that it is exactly as it is, that is precisely what you will feel returned to you. The welling up as from a deep spring of absolute and pure unconditional adoration for your being exactly as it is. And it is immediate, it is present, it is alive, it is here, and it is now. Know and be known, love and be loved. This is all there is. And it is everything. So it is.